Welcome all on your afternoon drive, live with Maponga J, broadcasting from South Africa, Johannesburg, on your afternoon channel where we are discussing African politics, African science, African medicine, African fashion, languages, cultures, and particularly now we're in an interesting space where there is lots of politics and particularly in South Africa and even in other parts of the world. I mean, I was watching the other days, one boy shooting people in America, the hurricanes that are coming up, and it looks like we're having our different types of hurricanes in Africa here, particularly on the South African side, and we have seen some sprouts of wars and unsettlements in South Africa here, which have been responded to by the Nigerian counterparts, the Zambian counterparts, the Tanzanian elements here and there. But ultimately what we are talking about, actually, we are trying to find a solution for ourselves as Africans. And I would not want to waste much of your time today. I just want to delve straight into a figure of speech, sort of. I want us to talk about something else, which will give us solutions to the problems that we are facing on this end. So I'll be slightly philosophical, but I hope that I'll be relevant, and everybody else out there, they can hear exactly what I'm saying. You know, when we get old in my tribe, you get old and you get a little bit wiser also. Sometimes it's not always nice to say things exactly as they are. You must say them as they are, so that those with a mind of understanding can hear what you're saying. All right. If you are in your house for some strange reason and you wake up in the morning with your family and you find that there is a big snake that is in your house or in your room, many times during moments of emergency, such as a snake has been found or a snake is in the house, members of the family can kill each other unintentionally. They can hurt each other unintentionally. They can knock on each other and climb on sofas and break things. But at the end of the day, we must be aware that the issue actually is not them being afraid of each other, but maybe there's a problem that is in the house that is causing people to be selfish, causing people to look at themselves first, causing people to start looking for their own safety. When you're in an environment where your life is threatened, and by all means, your priorities in terms of saving yourself, you will always consider yourself as the first point of safety. Then even in aeroplanes, when you're flying in aeroplanes, they say pull on your mask first. Then after you have pulled on a mask and you've secured yourself, then you can worry about trying to save other passengers. The two illustrations I'm giving you, one of a snake that is in the house, and the other one that is of an aeroplane that is now dropping in terms of pressure, and people are now gasping for air. In a normal country where we are living, we are all aware that there is a snake in the room. There's a huge snake in the room, and it has grown old and it has matured, and it is very poisonous. And we all know now as Africans that our lives are in danger. But the question is, what do we do with a snake that is in the house? Do we begin to fight each other? Do we kill each other? Do we throw each other into the fires? Do we shoot each other? Do we burn each other? But even after we have burned each other and killed each other and chopped each other, the question still remains. Have you dealt with the snake that is still sitting and watching you from underneath the couch? So maybe Africa needs to start asking ourselves the question, what is our problem? Where is the snake? What size is it? How much damage has this snake been causing? Is it causing? Will it cause? And what do we do about it? Maybe before we start destroying each other as African countries, before we start butchering each other as fellow Africans, Kwerekweres, Nigerians, South Africans, Tswanas, Zulus, and Zambians, and etc., before we finish each other, the question I want to ask you as Africa is, what is your problem? Where is the snake? What are you going to do about it? Because way after we have finished burning our houses, destroying our couches, butchering each other, most likely the snake is still way alive and kicking. People can burn ShopRite, People can ban Pick and Pay. People can burn other multinational companies, including South African small little companies. But at the end of the day, what have we, what will we, what are we achieving through these forms of rages and outrages? And I want to suggest that maybe it is proper that we look for a simple strategy. And the strategy is to identify the snake, begin to secure the young children first, and our women, put them in a safe place, and let those who are strong, who are really strong, prepare themselves for the real battle. And the battle is not with our children. The battle is not with our wives. The battle is not with our fellow Africans. The battle is with the snake that is underneath the couch, the snake that is in the room. And some of us have seen this snake grow from a small little 2 centimeter, 3 centimeters. Now it's a 5, 6, 8 meter long snake with a high appetite of human flesh and human blood. The question still remains, what will Africa do with the snake that is in the house? So killing each other will not solve. Killing each other will not kill the snake. We needed to start finding a strategy of how do we begin to deal with this monster. And I want to tell something, even to South Africans and Nigerians and Zambians, Zimbabweans, there is none amongst us who is friendly to this snake. No matter how friendly you are, it's just a matter of time before the snake bites you also and kills you. The poison of this snake has contaminated our water system, our thinking, and our education. Until mature men begin to decide that this is what we're going to do with the snake. Look at Castro, Fidel Castro. Look at our leaders of past, Samora Machel. Look at Kenneth Kaunda. Look at Kwame Nkrumah. Look at Julius Nyerere's and the old version of the Mugabes and the leaders that we had, the Lumumbas that we had, people who had identified the real problem of Africa. Our problem is not JSE. Our problem is not the price of sugar and the price of bread. Our problem is not shortages of fuel and etc. Our real problem is what are we going to do with the poison that has been put in us academically and otherwise. That even now we begin to look at each other as foreign to the land. It is not because we are Nigerians. It is because we have been taught that when you don't have a passport that looks like mine, you're an alien and you're a foreigner. So I want to challenge all Africa. I want to challenge all Africa that there's no need. Please put your weapons down. Stop killing each other. Don't burn your house because there's a snake that is in the house. There must be a way of dealing with the snake. And while you are dealing with it, protect your children, protect your wives, protect your brothers, protect your sisters, and above all, protect your house. You do not burn a house because there's a snake inside the house. You deal with the snake and secure the people that are dear to you. With those few words, I hope that those who have an ear can hear what I'm trying to say to the rest of the continent. Unpack that proverb. How do you kill a snake? Kill a snake. Don't kill each other. Find a way of dealing with a system that has crippled your thinking rather than dealing with each other. The snake is alive and well until we decide what to do with the snake. Burning our own bridges, burning each other and killing each other will not solve the problem. Until we meet again tomorrow, same time, here on your afternoon drive, live with Maponga J, broadcasting from South Africa, Johannesburg. Kill the snake. Preserve the African.